was waiting for the next song. I don't want that one either. Next song. Please play. Welcome to the World Wide Web. Hope everybody's having a great night. Cool. I think we're live. Hope everybody's having a great night. Hey, it's Thursday night, my friends. It's midnight where I am. That's too late. But here we are. Okay, you can go away, notifications. Thank you, please and thank you. Welcome to the live. No, we gotta get this. We gotta hold on. Where's my playlist? This one? Here we go. Come on now. Don't want to spill my drink here. Welcome to the live, everybody. It's like a party. Not in my mouth, it's just water. Stupid. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday night. I'm having a great just about 30 seconds. It's going to be Friday morning for me. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hey, tonight we're going to work on some things within the live stream. Setting up the live so that it's more of a production rather than just a dude with a camera, if that makes sense. So rather than just me having a camera and talking, I'm basically gonna hopefully set this up tonight. So it should be cool. We have a few different ideas. One of the ideas is to set up, let's see if I can do this real quick. So I have one. Time for your question of the day. Did that work? I don't even know if that worked. I don't think it looked good. Hold on. I don't think it looked good on TikTok. Time for your question of the... Yeah, that looked terrible. That looked awful. And my mic isn't set to that scene and everything, so I gotta fix all of those kinds of things. There's a whole thing. It's like, it's your question of the day. Of course, I couldn't hear it. I bet I know why. Come on. There, now let's see if I can get it to, oh, wait. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works now that I can hear this. Time for your question of the... I couldn't hear it. Hold on. It's time for your question of the day. In my ears, I still can't hear that. I don't know why. That's ridiculous. I don't understand audio some days. Today is one of them. Yeah, I definitely don't see it. And that's okay. Audio issues. That's okay. That's fine. We can figure it out. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do. Okay, we're going to turn that down a little. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do tonight. Man, I want to make this whole thing a production, right? This has got to be a production. This has got to be the kind of thing the people want to see, right? That's what you got to do. You got to make the... What's my headphones? That was weird. Oh, these headphones. I don't want to mess up the mesh on the top. These headphones, man. I wish they were better. Anyway, not better at sounding, but better on my head. On my head? Phones for my head. Wouldn't it be a phone? A cell phone? Phone for your head. Cell phone. Huh? Anyway, welcome to the live, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great day. Why is the music... Oh, why is the music... There we go. There we go. Okay. I went like this, and it got louder, and I go like this, and it's... I don't know. Is it louder that way? If I put my head down, like if I put it next to the mic, of course it's going to be louder. What an idiot. Yep. Hope everyone's having a great night. It's Thursday. We're going to set some things up. We're just chilling. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. I built a new Lego. Hold on. I just found this the other day. It's amazing, okay? This is a little arcade machine. And I found this, and I didn't know it did this. Oh, come on. It opens up. And there's a guy living inside. That's so cool. I don't want to drop this. It's so cool. Oh, the bottom's not on there, right? Got it. So there's a guy lives out. He's got all kinds of stuff. He's got his own arcade machine right there. His own arcade is right there, and he does his TV right there. He's got his gaming system right there. He's got all his games up there. It's so cool. Like the little things about it are so neat. I love it. My son was blown away. I got too many things. Too many things over there. It's all just kind of... And it doesn't look good. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. So anyway, we want to make tonight the idea is 1% better every day. Today, we're going to work on some of the live stream stuff, actually. We're going to work on some of this live stream stuff to make it more of a production rather than just a guy with a camera. So I got to figure out how I want to do that. There's a couple of things. I've got a couple of scenes where in the scenes, a couple ideas, different things, where you go to different things and then like my mic's not there. A huge deal. I need to fix that. Time for your question of the day. Check. There we go. Okay, my mic's in now. So my mic is in. I know it looks weird. Hang on. Okay, so that one looked weird, right? But I needed to get my mic in there. Hold on. We need to turn the chat. Now the chat can be seen on the screen. I need to fix these things. So I can't hear this. Time for your... When this turns on, I can't hear this. Day. I don't know how to figure that out. Hold on. Phone. I got phone calls. Hang on. So we got to make this better. Right? So it's things like that we're going to do tonight where it's already in that bad scene. Hold on. So this scene, your question. There's no music happening here. But I don't know what's I got to figure this one out. So this one's not, that one doesn't work very well. So that one I got to get working better. The other one Okay, that's another one that needs to be changed and fixed. So we got to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get to those, there's my display. There's my display. My display works. Okay, this one works. This one's running great. This one I've got working. I want to check something, though. Hold on, music's really loud. I want to check something, though. So, all kinds of commands. If you guys want to play around with some commands, there's like dance and coffee and cat and cringe and what else is there? Keck W. You just say these things in the chat, right? So like if I'm on Twitch at the moment, I just type a W in the chat. All I type is a W. Just type a W in the chat. Type a W in the chat. Boom. And that happens, but I can't hear it. I don't know why or why not. I genuinely don't know why. I'm going to try it again, though. Oh, if you type O in the chat, you get this one. So that's not coming through anywhere. Why? This is all my audio. I'm not... Does it go through here? No, it doesn't even go through there. It goes through there, which is A. A, why are you muted? That was unmuted. Try it again. Hold on. Let's do this again. I heard it. See, fixed. See, in the chat. Down here's the chat. In the chat, it's fixed. We're good. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. All is good. All is fine. Okay, we fixed it. Now what we need to do... Okay, I got it. So A... You know what? I'm going to end up using that one more. So here, let me just show you this. So this is the display. Let me run... Come on. See, this is one of the things I just cannot stand with Mac right now. That's not what I wanted, actually. What I wanted was the other... come on. Rodecaster app. So this pops up. This shows me everything about what I'm doing, right? So this shows me... Oh, there's a new version. We're not going to do that because... we're using it. We're using it. So what I need to do is move A here. Will you move there? It moved there. Cool. So now, I don't know if this shows it. Will it show the this doesn't show the faders in here. Okay. It doesn't show it digitally. That's fine. Hey-oh! What up, boy? Vox. Fail. No, it's not a fail. It's just not a feature. It's just not a feature. What up, man? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good one. It's just not a feature. Which could be a fail, but it's not a bug. Maybe that's what I was thinking between feature and bug. It's not a bug, still a failure, just not a feature. Well, here's the thing. I'm using it. I don't want to restart it. But now I should put a little note on here, like a sticky note that's like, "Hey, do reset the software." It's going good, man. It's midnight, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and live stream. Why? What did I think that would do? I don't know, but we're fixing things. I'm speaking really loud. Why am I speaking so? I'm speaking really loud. You guys can hear me. It's a microphone. My neighbors are gonna get mad. Anyway, it's so stupid. Why do I have... You know what I don't need, though, is the... I'm wondering if I should take off the chat on the screen. I think I'm just going to take it off. Because no matter where you are, you can see the chat. You know what I'm saying? No matter what platform you're on, you see the chat. Although this one, oh, you know what? That's a good point. I just thought of something. This one has all of them. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, whatever, you can see all of the chat. So I think that's a good thing to have on the screen because it's everybody. The thing is, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to change it so that not everybody's names are just rainbow colors. It's either like set to one color. Yeah, see that? Now everybody's yellow. I had to use an iPhone as an illustration for a Windows feature today. It felt gross. I bet you're lying. And you had just the time of your life. I'm going to say something though. Here's what I'm going to say. Apple sucked for a minute. iOS 26 came out. Okay. It was really bad. It was really buggy. And iOS 26 came out. It is now 26.4. This was just released a couple weeks ago. It was within the last 2 weeks. So we're looking at April. Okay. I'm just going to use April 1st as the day. September was when iOS 26 came out. There's been bugs. It's the liquid glass thing I think was actually okay, but I just think that Apple, they screwed something up, man. They really screwed something up. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 8 months. Count, it's 8 months. I don't know, I think I can count. 8 months it took them before my phone finally feels like it's an iPhone again. That it works. That whole like just works thing. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Apple screwed things up. And it was like a month or two ago, one of the big guys in Apple. He was one of them that pushed the liquid glass really far. So he pushed the liquid glass really far. He ends up leaving, going to Meta. And I'm telling you, within 2 months, the problems are fixed. That's weird to me. And so, was he the problem? I don't know. Some people say that he was because things just started to get fixed right away. But I don't know. Funny story was that it was to explain a 20-year-old Windows feature with OneDrive to someone who worked for a company that only used G Suite for 10 years and didn't know how to save files in Windows. What? No, that's not Apple. Listen. I would say the last 5 years I've been frustrated with Apple and continuing to try Android. And I haven't found it yet that I just have jumped into Android and stayed. I've tried to jump a couple times. I sure have. And I've given it honest tries. But then what ends up happening is that it doesn't get me to leave the ecosystem yet. I can't really explain it. I don't think it's comfort. I really don't, because the two are so great. Not that guy specifically, but somebody in leadership leaving and features people hate getting fixed. Oh. Somebody in leadership left. Wait, not that. Okay, not that guy specifically. Someone in leadership left and features of people hate getting fixed. Okay. So it wasn't that guy specifically, but people that were high up is what you're saying. Yeah, it was like people were high up and they did they all leave? I don't think they got fired. I think they just left. I don't think people got fired. Or they were told to leave. That happens too. But it seems like things have gotten fixed. It feels like my phone finally runs smooth again, and it finally feels like everything works perfectly again. And that's frustrating that it happened and it was so long. And the other side, the one big thing for me is the AI. This Apple Intelligence, it's subpar compared to everything else. What frustrates me is that it feels like it feels less like we're going to let everybody else figure it out and then we'll perfect it. That's what Apple does. They release features late, but what they do is that when they release the feature, it's beautiful, it's perfect, and it works well. Perfect is objective. but it's good. It's really good. I'm a little sick of that because what's happening is that something like AI, that's one of those things right now that I feel like you have to, if you're a tech company, Apple is, you have to go for it. You have to go for it. You have to, if even if it's bad, that's where you are. And not where you are, that's where AI is. You got to look at that and go, okay, with AI, we can make a little bit of slop to stay in the running for this technology. Instead, Apple was just like, no, we're just going to wait. Just like what they're doing with folding phones. Listen, it's probably going to be the best folding phone on the market, in my opinion, obviously, because I'm an Apple guy. But I think what's going to happen is that they're going to release this thing. It's going to be epic from day one. But what they've done is they've waited way too long. They've waited way too long to come out with a folding screen. Samsung's on the 7. And look what they're doing already. I can't, there's a part of me that I can't just, I'm not just a blind sheep to Apple anymore. I used to just be like, no, they know what they're doing. They're good. They got it. Just wait. But I'm actually frustrated in some of the things. AI is one of them. Not just Apple. Most tech has a bit of it. Apple is the biggest example. Apple is the biggest example. Okay. And I don't know what you say. Most tech has it. Is it just one of those things where different companies focus on different features? I just feel like Apple is missing the biggest features, right? Like, I'll say this. I see a lot of folding phones, and I don't live in a place where technology is a big deal. Like at my church is like, we sing hymns on Sunday morning, and I want to say I see there's about 5 people that have folding phones. I was number 6 for like 2 weeks. And these aren't just like young tech guys either. These are people that I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. They won't actually buy good tech for folding phone tech. They'll give it, they'll try to build it themselves and have to go through iterations. You think so? So what I'm hearing is that their folding phone should be ready to go and ready to ship by September when they announce. I'm also hearing that what they'll do is they'll announce the iPhone 18 and that will be for sale, but then at the same time, they're going to announce this stupid beard thing going on. At the same time, they're going to announce the iPhone 18 and say, hey, buy it today. And then what they're going to do is they're going to announce the folding phone that's like going to come out. They're going to, in like 2 weeks after, have a special event. The folding phone coming out December 1st or whatever. So everybody's going to go out and buy the new iPhone 18. Then they're going to announce the folding iPhone. That feels like trash. That feels like garbage to me. This little freaking... I hate it. Anyway... It feels that's the kind of thing that they do. It'll have a slight crease. It has to have a slight crease. If you don't have a crease, you're dealing in the dark arts. Like, so what's weird is that with Apple, with the AI thing, Apple went around and bought AI companies. They spent billions of dollars buying up AI companies, and then they're like, oh, we're just going to use Google Gemini. Actually, first they were like, we're just going to use ChatGPT and layer it on top. And they didn't even layer it on top. It wasn't even like, we're going to build our own on top. It was literally, it was the entry point. It was Siri, and then it was, to get through to ChatGPT. It was so bad. It wasn't even like a wrapper. It literally was the entry. It was just a new entry point. That's all it was. I still would prefer just 2 screens like pages in a book. Dude! The Surface Duo. I love that phone. What happened to it? Why did they... So part of it was that when they made the Surface Duo 2, they gave in to the critics. So they added better cameras, which created this massive crazy bump on the back, which was stupid. But they did the cameras. They did something else. I can't remember. So I tested that. Here's the thing. I enjoyed that phone. And the crease, not even a crease, the crack, it's 2 screens. The crack in the middle wasn't a big deal to me. The single screen was big enough to watch stuff anyway. If you need that big of a screen, the two put together, that you have to have that to watch media, just get a TV. Are you kidding me? Go to a movie theater. I don't know. Like, I feel like people get so like, oh, but you can't watch media with the crack in the screen, with the crease in the screen and the whatever. Bro, if it's that important to you, go find a TV. Get comfortable on the couch. Hands down the best. Yes, it was the best hinge. It was the absolute best hinge, but it also was the best hinge. Well, so it was the best hinge, but I also wonder if that had something to do with the fact that it was two screens rather than like a folding screen, right? So then it didn't have to have the folding screen technology within it. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Anyway. Basically no gap between, yeah. So that's the other thing, was that I tested it out at one point and I just did a full screen video and I sat there and I watched it. I watched it on the Surface Duo. I never had the 2, but on the first one I sat there and I watched it and I was just like, this isn't that bad. It's really not that bad. But at the same time, when you could take that and fold it the whole way around, that was so cool. Like, the phone was awesome. I actually loved it. It was a conscious choice to not do a folding. No, I know it was a conscious. Yeah, I know that they didn't want to do the folding screen, but that's what so the book form factor was always the plan. Yes. So I hear what you're saying. I'm wondering if that's why they were able to make such a good, fold, like a good mechanism. The tech inside the fold was so good because they didn't have to worry about, oh, you said, oh. I'm saying, as far as there was no screen there, so then they were able to focus on the hinge itself and make the hinge just perfect and beautiful. And I'm wondering, like, if Samsung did the same thing, which I don't see them ever doing, but if they were to do the same thing, like where they didn't have to worry about the folding screen part, just the hinge, they'd make a great hinge and it'd be a beautiful hinge. Google Pixel 10, that hinge looks very cool. It's the first, as they say, gearless hinge, which is actually pretty neat. So I'm excited for that. I'm trying to figure out what color we should use for people in chat, because I can make it either one color or just, it says random, which just makes it rainbow colored. And I'm not sure that I like that. It looks weird, but one color also looks weird. I'm not sure. Like, what color do we make? Because if I just make it like black, then it's like hard to see. Like, you can't see anybody's name. You can't see your name. If I make it white, then it just blends in with the text that's already there. So, like, I guess blue, like a light blue could work. But I made it yellow because what about leaving it? I can't, in this app, I can't do that. So I use Prism. Prism Live Studio has, You're just like talking to me, like, oh, gotcha. it's a chat bot, not chat bot. It's a chat, whatever in this program, and so it only gives you 2 options, and it's either random, which ends up being a rainbow to go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, or single color, and then everybody's the same color. And it's kind of, I don't like that as much. But it's nice that I can put your platform stuff off to the side. That's really nice. Blue looks nice, but I also I like the color yellow. Yellow works. It might be better than the rainbow stuff. Just because the rainbow thing just looks corny. It doesn't look professional, if that makes sense. Just looks weird. Oh well. Bro, by the way, Legos. I bought the giant Mario Kart. I bought it. I have to put it together. I'm tempted to do that on stream. I don't know if it'll happen. But I'm tempted to do that on stream. Do it on stream? I don't have a setup for it. Like, a camera that's set up to like look at my desk. I don't have that. That's why I was thinking about not doing it on stream. The other part is that my son likes to sit there and he'll build his Legos while I build my Legos. So, dude, Game Boy, the Game Boy. Got it. I got the Game Boy one. This is actually really fantastic. It's a whole lot of fun, and I'm not gonna spoil all the, unless you've already seen them. The Lego Atari was crazy expensive. I'm not gonna spoil all the little things about this that make this really neat and really cool, but I do have it, and it was really fun to build. It was a really fun one to build. There's a lot of really cool little things in this one that, like all the black adult like sets or whatever. They have little things in them. I'm sure you know that. I can't get it. Why won't it go on the stand? Got it. Okay. It wouldn't go on the stand. I had one of these too. I had one of those too. It was awesome. Yeah, the Atari one was expensive, and for me, I own an Atari, but I've never played it. It was my dad's when he was younger, and then he's like, I don't want this, and I was like, I'm gonna keep it. That's a really cool piece of video game history, you know. So I've got it. There's like 10 games I have for it. So I have one, but I don't. I've never actually played it. I've never sat and played it. The OG Game Boy was great. Got it for Christmas with play action football and 2 Bible games. Hey, all right. Dude, I'm amazed at the amount of Bible games for the old school systems. The NES had a game called Exodus that was really, really cool, really fun to play. It had questions, but it was also Moses, right? It's Moses, and he's I don't know if you've ever seen Exodus. It's great, but like he has a superpower where he's got like his staff like shoots, and you can shoot soldiers. There was a one called Joshua. There was a follow-up game. What? Let me look this up. Was it for NES? Joshua. I can't type. Holy cow. Wait. No way. It's like the same game. That's hilarious. That's awesome. I never had Joshua. Is that what it was? I saw it was little W's, but that's what it is, the Word of God. No way, is that what it actually was? Okay, Exodus. I got maybe 20 levels into Exodus. I got like 20 levels into Exodus. I didn't get far enough in the Battle of Jericho. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Let me see if I can show this. This is Joshua. This is hilarious. For play on Nintendo. You think he really looked like that? He definitely had the he definitely had that haircut. That hair. He definitely had that haircut. That's what he had. It matched the exact same style as the guys in that day. In the day the game was released. Traded the 2 games alone and made enough from GameStop, even with how much they ripped off for the Game Boy Advance. No way! You got a Game Boy Advance? Now you wish you could. Yeah. I don't know where. My parents. It was my parents that owned. My parents were the ones that owned the NES, right? Like they bought it. It was theirs. I was the one who played it, but they owned it. Well, I don't know what they did with that. I don't know what they did with the games. So I have no idea where that game's at, but I used to play it all the time. Now you can like, I admit this to the world. Pirating. I've downloaded it and played it on my computer. Super fun. So much fun. So much fun. I'm not good at it though. I'm not good at it at all. Exodus was great. Exodus was. We're sitting here talking about like Bible video games, and it's like, you know what? I pirated that one. And guess what? Jesus died for me too. So, wait a minute. Hold on. My text messages are popping up on screen. Anyway, where am I at? $50 for each Frost Purple GBA. That's what I got. I got the atomic purple, right? Or you talk? What do you mean Frost Purple? Is it the same? The atomic purple. I had the atomic purple Game Boy Advance. I also had a red Game Boy Pocket, both of which I do not own anymore. Clear purple, yes, clear. The clear purple, the atomic. It's the atomic, right? Where it's like clear. You can see it was frosted. Wait just a moment. Wait just a moment. Frosted purple GBA. What's the difference? Oh, that one. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not thinking correctly. I'm thinking I didn't have the advance. Nope. I had, no way, are you kidding me? $18. $18 on oh, you can't see what I'm looking at. $18. This is what I had. I had the Game Boy Color. I had the Game Boy Color. This was see-through. Like, this is see-through. You could see inside of it here. This is what I had. It was the color though. You had the Game Boy Advance. My apologies. I had this one. Is this purple? Is this atomic? It says atomic purple, but that's on Etsy. You got Nintendo Game Boy Color. What would, like, this one says atomic. That says atomic. Atomic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they called it atomic. What does it say? This is what is this? Game Boy Color. It doesn't say the color on it. I'm even trying to read the label that's on the top because this looks like the full unopened. Yeah, unopened one. Right there, it says it in the bottom right hand corner. Can I open this image? Open image in new tab. Boom. Nope. Boom. Here you go. Right there. Atomic purple. Down the bottom. Atomic purple. Can you see that? Am I in the way? So this one was called Atomic Purple. The Glacier was the color I had. It was the translucent blue. Nice. First game was Golden Sun. First game was Golden Sun on Pokemon and Pokemon. Golden Sun and Pokemon. Nice. Since all the old Game Boy games worked, still had that. Right. And you know what? That was such a huge thing. Like, I feel like people bought more games because there was even this level of like the backwards, that's where backwards compatibility. There was backwards compatibility. One that was huge for the user, but two, I feel like people liked it so much that they then were like, yeah, I want more, because they could still play the old games, which was big deal. And that was going for a while. What was the next system? Because you could play the original Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, you could still play the Game Boy games. Game Boy Color, you could still play the games. Game Boy Advance, you could still play the games. Now that's when the cartridges really changed. They were the smaller ones, but they still looked. I'm wondering if the card inside was still the general same idea, but there was a lot of systems there. Game Boy Micro, the Micro, couldn't you play regular ones in there too? Were half the size but still the same slot. Exactly. Yes, the advanced games were thinner. Not Micro, SP. Well, okay, so the SP, I had an SP. I had a I had a red one. I lost it. No idea where it went. But my friend had 2 black ones and gave me a black one. That worked. And the thing is that I only ever played Pokemon Yellow. Only ever played Pokemon Yellow on it. So the stupid game stuck out all the time. I hated it. It was because it was by my, like, the palms of my hands. It was annoying. I hated that. I want to make sure my mic is straight. I hated that, though. The Micro wasn't sold widely. No, and it's a rare system from what I understand. I don't know that it went on sale very long, right? Or something. My sister had one. I think she still has it, and I'm tempted to see if I could get it off of her. She had this one. She had the Famicom one. And then my other sister, for some reason, had one. I have no idea what she did with it. $300? I'm gonna go get this from her. But look, right here, you could still play all the Nintendo games and everything. Like all the Game Boy games. You could still play them. This thing is awesome. $300 on eBay? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna steal this from her at that point. So you had this one. You had, or no. So you had, you said frosted blue? Frosted blue? This one, like frosted. Like frosted. That's frosted. It's still kind of clear, but it's frosted. Much different. Is that what you're talking about? That's you Glacier. Glacier GBA. Oh, like a white, almost like a white color? Dude, $200. Sell it. Like this one, it's almost white. Like, is that what you had? Frost, Glacier, both are ice. Huh? Have I seen the new controller that looks like that? So the red and gold is Famicom. That's because that's what the SNES was in Japan. But then they gave us just the Super Nintendo. Like, okay. They should have called the Switch 2 a Super Switch. That's what they should have done. That would have been fantastic. So wait, the Micro, okay, listen. My old grandma bought the Game Boy Micro for my sister. So there is no way that it was only from Japan. Even when smartphones came out, my grandma did not have one. She didn't even have a cell phone. I'm not joking. Cell phones have been a big thing for a very long time. Just cell phones. I'm just talking cell phones, not even smartphones, just cell phones. She never had she never had a cell phone. She had a home phone. You called her, and you got the answering machine most of the time because one of two things happened. Either A, she was not at home. So it didn't matter. She wasn't home. She'll call you when she gets home. Or two, which sometimes this happened too. She just didn't get to the phone in time because she was old and slow. She was just old and slow. And she didn't make it to the phone in time. Micro was 2005, way later than the Advance. Yes, so it was Advance, and then the Micro, and then the SP? Or was the Micro after the SP? I don't remember. I have access to the internet. I should use that access, Let's see. Let me think. Like, what do I go to Wikipedia and do? Like, what do we go to Wikipedia and just do Game Boy? Game Boy series. Is it all one word? Game Boy, Game Boy Advanced. Yeah, but see, no, I want the whole Game Boy series. Does not that you can create drafts from every. So I wonder if I go to one of these. I don't want to have to go to each one and see the release dates. So backwards compatibility to Game Boy Color. Successor was the DS. Wow. So the DS was right after this then, the Game Boy Advance. Where's the Advance SP? Game Boy Advance SP. See, when did this come out? Successor Nintendo DS. What? Here's the micro. Okay, so I had two. I have two sisters. One of them had the silver one, this one, and my other sister had the Famicom one, which is super cool. I still think that's so super cool. Here's your sales. Number of units shipped. 0.2 million. What? Per quarter. Wait. This thing came out when I was in high school? I thought I was younger than that. Release date. 2005. Release 2005. Wow. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Oh, itch. You get an itch in your ear, it's just like, oh, I gotta get it. It's like, I get those in my nose too. I hate those in my nose. Okay. So, interesting. Nope, I didn't want to do that. The SP was 2003. Pocket was the precursor to the Color. Yes. Okay, yes. The Pocket came out, then the Color came out. I had a Pocket, and then I also had the Color. I don't know how I got these, by the way. My parents just apparently loved me. I don't know how else. I was young enough. I have no idea. I didn't have money. Regular Advance was Color, but no backlight. Yes, SP was foldable and had the backlight. Yes, SP was awesome because it had the backlight to it. That was fantastic. That was awesome that it had the backlight. I don't think the Micro had the backlight, though. Oh, wait. I feel like it did. Hold on. I feel like it did, but I also didn't play it enough. Wait, the Game Boy Micro can't play original Game Boy or Game Boy Color games. No way. While the 8-bit Sharp SM83 processor necessary to run the games from the old Game Boy is still present, it lacks the internal hardware necessary for backwards compatibility. It's also incompatible with peripherals due to design. Okay, so you could only play advanced games on this. You could only play the advanced games on this. That's crazy. I didn't know that. But like the SP, for instance, you could play all the old Game Boy games on it. Holy cow! I know I can talk. It's kind of important when you're streaming, you know. That's why I didn't take off. And that's probably why you're probably right why it didn't take off. If it could play the old games, but then that kind of defeats the purpose of the Micro. And I think they were just like, hey, let's push. Do you think it's possible that what they did was pushed out a system that they knew wasn't going to sell well, and it was, hey, we have to get people to go from all the old Game Boy games and get them to the advanced games. So let's just push out a system that doesn't run the old ones. It's not going to sell well. That's fine. Just push it out. It'll get people going that direction. I don't know. Well, because the DS came out right after that. Like, do you think... Oh, okay, maybe that's what ended up happening then. Because the SP... I feel like the SP didn't sell well, but I could be way wrong on that. The SP might have sold well. I just don't think I saw a lot of those in the wild. Right here's the link. Game Boy Advance SP. Where's its sales? Oh, it did a lot. It actually did a lot. Never mind. I'm way off. I think the folding design got people. You know, people were quicker. People were, bro, people were so much quicker because it was backlit and it folded. I was going to say, people were so much quicker to adopt a fold from a Game Boy system than a phone. Of course, the Game Boy Advance SP didn't cost millions of dollars, basically. The Micro was the last Game Boy before the DS. Is that okay? So the Micro came out after the SP. Did you say that a minute ago? It was the same 32-bit console. Yeah. So it came out. Yeah, it came out after the SP. Okay. Regular Advance was color and no SP. Yeah. Okay. So it came out after the SP. So then, why would they make a console like that just to then make the DS right after? When did the DS come out? Because that was when I was in high school too. Where's that release date? 2004. Wait, so the DS came out first and then the Micro? That's not right. Is that right? 2004, 2005, 2006. It came out in America before it came out in Japan. By a week, almost 2 weeks. Holy cow. Interesting. Yeah, the DS, I know the DS had different cartridges. Yeah, the DS had different cartridges. That's crazy. Wait a minute. So it came out before the Micro. The Micro came out in 04. No, 5, 6, and 7 is when they released throughout the world. But that's probably why. That's probably why it sucked. Why the sales sucked for the Micro. Why would they try to release a Micro like that, I wonder? Japan got the Micro in 2004. So that America got it 2005, 2006, 2007. Or the last year was 2007. They released somewhere in 2007. That's what I was looking at the list for. So they got in Japan, they got the Micro in 2004. But the DS came out in 2004. I don't know, man. This is really interesting now. Suddenly, it's something that I'm looking at going, huh, that's really interesting. Some people are going to be like, this is super boring, dude. Why do you care? I had these consoles growing up. I didn't get a DS. The only Nintendo DS that I had. So what I ended up doing was, by the time I had Game Boy, I eventually got a PlayStation 1. And then I just didn't play portable games. And whenever I played portable games, it was a matter of just taking the Game Boy with me. Like, that's what I just played the Game Boy if I wanted to play portable games. Otherwise, I just started playing console games. I was just playing console games. And after that, I was a console gamer. Console gamer until I started live streaming in... Well, even when I was live streaming, when I first started live streaming, I was live streaming Nintendo Switch, Fortnite on the Switch. Which, by the way, I still play Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch. 8 years late, 7 years, 8 years. I've been streaming for 8 years. When I streamed, I had the Switch 1. Now I have the Switch 2. And it's only a little better. Dude, my live streaming gaming has leveled up also. I started with the Switch, original Switch. Then I went to Xbox. Oh, because, okay, they were running a deal at GameStop. They were giving you like $300 for a used Switch, but they were also selling the Xbox One. What were they selling? One S? The one that didn't have a disc drive? They were selling that for the same price as... No, it did have a disc drive. Hold on. The one I had, it had a disc drive. Anyway, whatever they were selling was the same price that you could get for a used Switch. So I had walked in, handed them One S. I handed them my Switch. It had a disc drive, though. Mine had a disc drive. I know that I got a disc drive because at the time my wife was like, you need a disc drive so we can watch DVDs. But I was like, my Switch couldn't do that. Why do you care? Anyway, I got one with a disc drive. It had a disc drive. I don't know which one I had. One S with a disc drive. Okay, so I must have got the One S with the disc drive. Anyway, trading in the Switch was $300. They gave me $300 for the Switch. So I traded in the Switch, and I got an Xbox, a brand new Xbox, for the same price. I think it cost me like $20 or something out of pocket for tax or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I did that. I'm like, oh, a way better system. So I did that. I had an Xbox. So then I started playing Xbox, and then I was playing Xbox, and I owned on controller, but then I started playing Minecraft, and I was like, let me hook up a mouse and keyboard. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really like this. So I would hook up a mouse and keyboard to Minecraft on my Xbox, loved it, decided, you know what, I'm going to build a PC. So I bought a PC, built it. This was in the middle of COVID, which prices were awesomely low. But anyway, built it. I live streamed me building it, turned it on, pushed the button, didn't work. I was upset. But within about 30 seconds, I realized, oh, you need to hit the power switch in the back. As someone who had never built a PC before, who doesn't know Windows at all, at that time didn't know Windows at all. Now I look back and feel stupid. However, yes, they did release a diskless one. I didn't have the diskless one. Looking back, I'm like, wow, you're an idiot. At the time, I was like, bro, I don't know this. I've had a MacBook, either Pro or Air, since 2007. So then in 2018, no, it wasn't 2018, hold on. It would have been like 2020, 2021. It was 2021. No, it was 2020. I have the stream somewhere. I'll have to find it. I had no idea about a Windows computer. I had no idea about the switch in the back. What do you mean switch in the back? There's a two switch and two power buttons? Two? There's not two power buttons. There's one power button. You just push the power button. And if you have a MacBook Pro, all you do is open it, and then you're on. There's no power button. The people that were there were laughing, and I felt really stupid. But it is what it is. I felt really stupid. Mac Towers also had that at the time. I didn't have a Mac Tower. I only had the MacBook Pro. The MacBook at the time, the MacBook Pro. At that time, I had a MacBook Air. That is what I had, and I was live streaming from a MacBook Air. That was incredible. Yeah, the PSU power. The power station. What's PSU? It's power state. No, what is it? Supply. That's the word. Power supply. Because here's the thing. I built one. It was awesome. It worked great. And then I went and just bought a pre-built that had way better specs. I loved that computer. My brother-in-law still uses that computer to this day. He's like, dude, the thing runs great. I'm like, I know. He loves it. I love it. He doesn't use it as often, though. He started with PC gaming. That was his first PC because he was playing Xbox. He was playing Xbox with his friends. It was awesome for them. But then he said, I decided, you know what, I'm going to get into the PC gaming because apparently everybody loves the PC gaming and it's like for the big dudes, you know? And so he's like, all right, so he got into PC gaming. He immediately realized it's a whole different animal. Very quickly realized this is a whole different animal. He went back to Xbox, which I don't blame him. I backtracked, downgraded to Switch 2. That's what I play everything on now at this point. First PC was an IBM in 99. So I've had other computers. I had it was an old Lenovo. I don't think it was was that ThinkBook or ThinkPad or what's it called? No, ThinkPad is the desktop, right? IdeaPad? I don't remember. 8 years old. So I had mine in, was it early high school? Dude, I got this thing at a thrift store, but it worked beautifully. So this thing was old, okay? It had the cards in the side. It's just like, what's the thing Linus Tech Tips has, his computer brand that he talks about on his, where if you say the name, I can't think of the name, but if you say the name, be like, oh yeah, that one. But it had like, essentially like mods in the side where you could plug in what you wanted. Did you need an Ethernet? Did you need dial-up? Did you need a disk? Did you need, like, there was all sorts of things you could plug in. And I had one that was, it was a phone line. But what it was, is this where they got the idea? But here's what it was. Looking back, this is just the stupidest thing. But what it was it wasn't like computer sitting here, right? You know, and you fold it open. And it wasn't like a port that goes into the side like ports on computers are. What this was, is it was a little thing that slid out. and then the hole was here. And so it slides out, and you take your Ethernet or your phone line and you plug it in like this. And this thing was cheap. It was frail. It was not, it was so bad. It was so frail. It was like, don't bump it because this will break, right? Well, one day my sister's like, hey, I want to use your computer. I'm like, absolutely not. This is my computer. I'm the kind of guy that doesn't let people use my stuff, right? I have, for instance, I have my own fidgets, okay? Fidgets that even my child is not allowed to touch. I have a stress ball. I don't use it for stress. It's just fun. I have a stress ball in my bag. No one touches it. That is mine. So when it came to my, at the time, this was my prized possession. Let me tell you, this is a prized possession of mine at the time, was my laptop. Loved this thing. Took it everywhere with me. My sister, I want to use the internet. I said, no. I said, Mom, she's going to break it. My mom said, let her use it. I said, Mom, she's going to break it. She said, let her use it. She broke it. She broke the internet thing that plugged inside. She broke it. I don't know what I did with that computer. I don't know where it's at. But she broke it. The one time she used it, she broke it. And I freaked out. And I felt like my freak out was valid. I crashed out. I felt like it was valid. What up, Miss Duck? It was a valid crash out. My sister felt bad because she just didn't speak. She didn't talk. She didn't say anything. She didn't say a whole lot. My mom, you could tell she knew that I was mad, and I was right. I was ticked. I was so, like, here's the thing, is that I held a lot back because, like, I was taught, like, growing up, and I'm still this way, like, I could have been so angry, so mad. I was deep down I was super mad, but I didn't let it all out. It's things, right? It's worldly things. It's not that big a deal, but it was prized possession at the time. I spent my own money on it, bought it. Like, you have to be careful, and I was careful, and I was very careful, and then she broke it. I was so mad. But my mom, I still remember my mom was just like, I get it. And you know how when you're like, when you act up a little bit and your parents freak out, right? And they're like, you do not act like that. You don't do that. Like that sort of thing. When I was upset and I freaked out, my mom was just like, I know. Can you fix it? I know. Like, it was like, she knew. It was her fault. It was kind of her fault. Yeah, sure. It was kind of her fault. That was one of the times where it was like, it's okay to be upset for a minute. I got over it quick. I don't know how I got over it. But that sucked. That was so bad. It was one of those things where so here's what was happening. You got to go to bed. Have a good night, Fox. Thanks for hanging out, man. I super appreciate you talking about Game Boys. That was fun. So what was happening at the time was me and my friend were trying to run a website. I needed internet, and I needed that computer. And we were trying to run a website, and it was super cool. We did a great job with it, but now I couldn't access the internet, and I was so mad. Actually, no, I could access the internet because my parents had a computer. They had a desktop. Dude, I got so good at the little, they called it the nipple, right? The mouse nipple. I got so good at that thing. Achoo, bless you. Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're saying? Bless you. Achoo. I need to work on this stream stuff that I wanted to work on. I was doing 1% better. And so I have different scenes. This part of my beard, I need a comb. It's terrible. Get rid of the Z. Getting rid of the Z. Why get rid of the Z? The Z is the best letter. I had this conversation on stream earlier today. Z is the best letter. Z is the best letter. So I have this.
Time for your
question of the day. What's the question of the day? What should be the question of the day? Mock. But see, that's latch and mock. Those are not. Wait. L is one of the best letters of the alphabet. It's number 5, right? So there's Z, X, Y, W, L. L is number 5. It's perfect. What's perfect? We need to make a tweet. We need to rank letters. What am I doing tonight? I would like to fix this.
Time for your
question of the day. I would like to fix this. There's a couple things within this scene that I want to change. So I want to fix that. The other thing I want to do is change.
My name is Zach, and I've got a microphone. This is...
So that scene there, you can't actually hear my voice, so I have to just set up the scene. It's a matter of setting up the scene. That's what I would like to do. I've been live for an hour, and we've been talking about Game Boys. We talked about Game Boys, a little bit about Nintendo, talked about a few other things, White Fox and I. And it was really fun. It was really cool. We talked a little bit about Legos. I bought a new Lego that I got to put together. So here's a question, Miss Duck. What's your opinion on this? I bought a Lego. It's the giant Mario Kart car. It's pretty big. Cost almost $200. $200 with tax. Do I put that together on stream? You're doing a community game tonight. What's the community game you're doing tonight? What do you do? Wait, who are you playing with? Who are you playing a community game with? We'll watch it too. Who are you playing a community game with? Somebody streaming that I should know is streaming. Who you playing with? Oh, I have to play Marathon with Aki. Because I was texting him and I was like, dude, I've never played Marathon. Is a newbie, is that good content? He's like, oh, awesome content. I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna get in so many fights. And he's like, no. Like, let's do this. Let's do this well. Toothless Geek, which will be tonight. I feel like I've heard of him, but yeah, Among Us is kind of fun. I heard somebody say, and you know this person, it's XN. He was like, I don't like Among Us because I actively have to lie to people, and I don't want to be known for being a good liar. It's like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. And to be safe, you could also probably just play that game and just tell the truth the entire time. That's a way to play the game. Tell the truth the entire time. What if you play Among Us and you tell the truth every single time? Are you the imposter? Yes, I am. And don't let people know you're telling the truth the whole time, right? Just play the game and telling the truth. Don't tell them that you're telling the truth, but just play the game that way. So when they say, are you the imposter? What you do then is you say, yep, it's me. Did you kill that guy? Yes, I did. Just say yes. Because it's going to mess with their mental. It's going to mess with their psyche. They're not going to know. Among Us telling the truth, no one does that. It's not me. No. They're gonna go, what in the world? Why would they just say it's them? Although I bet it's gonna get you kicked out. It's gonna get you kicked out the ship pretty quick. You're gonna be a ghost in the game pretty quick. What up, Summer? Welcome to the live. Hope you're having a good night. It is Thursday night, Friday morning. It's technically Friday morning. I have a friend who is pretty is serious. He takes midnight very seriously. He takes midnight serious, where when it turns midnight, he says, Happy Friday. And then I say, oh yeah, earlier today, he goes, oh, you mean in the last 5 minutes? No, I mean earlier today when I was doing things in the daylight. it's just midnight. It's not the next day. You're one of his mods and he's also from New Zealand. Oh, nice. Not Australia, but New Zealand. That's fantastic. I love it. I'm not trying to trigger you, I promise. I'm just having fun. That's all. So sorry. Anyway, moving on. So I want to fix these. Shout out Toothless Geek. Let's go. I don't know. I don't have a shout out command. I'm sorry. Apologize. I don't have a shout out command. I also don't rate anybody. I don't care about community, apparently.
It's time for your
let me see if I can fix this
question
one.
of the day.
Because there's a couple things about this one that I can fix. So if I go back to this one, Lumia chat, and we got NT1, which is there.
Time for your question
Okay, perfect.
of the
Sorry, I have to go back and forth. I have to go back and forth between these. Still got to make commands. I don't know how to do its shout out command. I don't know how to do a shout out command. I've never had one. So we got NT1. We're gonna leave socials off, chat off, Lumia off, Facecam should come off. Those don't need to be. It just literally needs to
time
be
for your question
just the mic.
of the day.
It just needs to be. Wait, does it just need to be those two things? I think so. Hang on. I think this is working just fine. Because once I go to it, once I go to the scene, this
Time
scene,
for your question of the day.
I still want you to be able to hear me, but I also want this to be like, oh yeah, it's going to do the question of the day. Yay. And then we just come back to this scene. We're like, hey, cool. Do you want me to link you a video to help you out? You can if you want. I don't know if I'll do that. I don't have a whole lot of shout outs here yet, so I don't know how often I would use it. Like right now you're like, hey, you should go check them out. Okay, great. Then I'd just like go check them out. Toothless. Like the dragon. Like the dragon. Toothless Geek. Why is he toothless? That's what I want to know. Why is he toothless? Follow. Boom. Followed him. Why do you guys call yourselves Kiwis? That's weird to me. Why do you call yourselves Kiwis? I don't understand that. You have a Kiwi burger, right? How was the Kiwi burger? Isn't it from McDonald's? Isn't there like a Kiwi burger from McDonald's? Did you guys get the Big Arch? We have a Big Arch sandwich that made headlines because of the CEO. It was weird. So then,
My name is Zach, and I've got a microphone. This is
okay, same deal with that one. Just play both. Why do you call yourselves Kiwis though? Why is that what you call yourselves? For this one, I'm gonna do the same thing.
My name is Zach, and I've got a microphone. This is Coffee with Zach Lee. Hey, that's me.
Check. There we go. Okay, so my mic is in. We have the intro, and nothing else is needed, I don't think. So lock that. Yeah, see, there's other things happening. Hang on. So the overlay can go away. And the face cam in this one can go away. So now we just have this.
It's time for your My name is Zach, and I've got a microphone. This is Coffee with Zach Lee.
Hey, that's me. And then we go back to this one. It's cool. You have the Big Arch, and the Kiwi Burger is limited time only. Yes, that's right. That's right. And I wanted to try it. I feel like trying it would be awesome. Kiwi is different than just like a kiwi, like the fruit kiwi. What is kiwi there? I forget. I forget what kiwi is there. Okay, so those two are good to go. Those are two segments that are good to go. I do want to sit and work on the actual. Where is it? Is it this one? Okay, it's that one, but I got to add my mic to that scene. Comes a curious little flightless bird that is unique to yeah. There's kiwi bird. So then, so then the kiwi sandwich. Is that poultry? That's hilarious to me. It's a bird sandwich. It's poultry then. It's not just a bird, it's actual poultry. Because the kiwi sandwich is the little known bird. Well, let's just ask ChatGPT, shall we? I don't have ChatGPT. I use Perplexity, which is basically the same. Yeah, the kiwi fruit. We have those here. We don't call ourselves kiwis. Why are New Zealanders called kiwis? Let's ask. And let's see what it says, because the internet is always correct. Okay, New Zealanders are called kiwis because of the native kiwi bird. There you go, which became a national symbol and popular nickname for the people, especially in from World War I and onward. From bird to national symbol, the kiwi is a small, flightless bird found only in New Zealand and has long been culturally important to Maori. That's not how you say that, but that's what I said. Who used its feathers for high statics cloaks called kahukiwi. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, images of the kiwi bird began appearing in logos, cartoons, and official emblems to represent New Zealand as a country. And how it became a nickname during World War I, New Zealand soldiers used the kiwi on badges and insignia, and other troops started referring to them. Other troops started referring to them as kiwis, and the nickname spread after the war from soldiers to the whole population, eventually replacing earlier terms like NZer and Maorilander. NZer. So basically, there wasn't a good enough name for people of New Zealand. New Zealander? Huh? Just do that. I'm an Ohioan. People in Indiana are called Hoosiers, actually, which is weird. Pennsylvania is Pennsylvanian. Texas is Texan. Why can't you just be a New Zealander? Huh? Why you guys gotta make it hard? Kiwi. Nobody's gonna remember that. I did. Don't know why. Anyway, it's from the bird. So you were correct. Well done. Well done. That was loud. That came through my mic also. That's what I wanted to do right there. Well done. I don't know why that comes through my mic also. Why does that go to secondary? Let me see if I can reroute that better. So that is this. Where does that go? That doesn't go anywhere. How do I remember what goes where? I forget how to figure that out. Smart pads. No. I'm in the wrong thing. Interesting. Oh well. Crickets. record scratch. And then we also have chimes and rim shot. You know what's better than milk? Water. Don't know. It's the first joke that came to my head, and I told it, and the crowd went wild. I'll be here all night, folks. That's not true. So stupid. The Mr. Wedge. If you look at New Zealand Domino's, I like one of the pizzas in there, which is called the Mr. Wedge. It has hot peppers so that people can have over friends who don't like hot peppers. You put the hot peppers in the pizza. They're under the cheese. This is why it's called the wedge, the Mr. Wedge. Have your friends over. You pull a prank on them. It's got hot peppers on it under the cheese. They didn't know the hot peppers were there. They don't know the hot peppers are there. No, I'm telling you what it is. They don't know the hot peppers are there. So they eat the pizza. They go, oh, it's hot. You know I don't like hot. Miss Duck, you know I don't like hot pizza. This is really hot. And then it causes a rift between two friends, and it drives a wedge between them. That's why it's the wedge, Mr. Wedge Pizza. It drives a wedge between friends. Or you could do the same with sardines. Drive a wedge between your friends with sardines. I mean, New Zealand, spell it correct. New Zealand pizza. Oh, Mr. Wedge, not the wedge. Mr. Wedge. Domino's, Mr. Wedge. Does it like get bigger as it goes out? So then when you cut it, it's made a wedge? Oh, it's because it has potato wedges. Potato wedges, smoky manuka ham, onion, oregano on a barbecue and garlic sauce, base topped with a mayonnaise sauce. Wow, that sounds really good. I would eat that. It's got potato wedges on it. I feel like that would make a good calzone. That would make a good calzone. When toppings fall off of a pizza, that's when you know you should keep them enclosed in a calzone. That's what I think. That's what I think. Keep them enclosed in a calzone. So we got display. Oh, that's we got display. Okay. I deleted it. I had a scene that was just black. I deleted it, which is fine. We have this. We have the welcome. The goodbye screen needs way fixed. I just realized that. Like, there's no audio or anything there. Oh, that needs fixed. I would love to be able to set my mic up like this and talk in like this. But I don't know how possible it is. I'm off to the side. This is the front and this is the side, and there's actually a big difference. I wish I could set it off to the side like that. No, I'm not hungry. I had a giant cheeseburger earlier today. It's called the Big D, which is an awful name for a burger. How was the donut dessert? We didn't even eat it. We went out to eat. So then the donut that I had, we didn't share. And then so I dropped my son off at his mom's. He goes to his mom's house. He calls me at 10 minutes till 11. Hey, Dada, we didn't eat our donut. Can you bring it? Like, son, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm not giving you a sugar donut. If he lived 5 minutes away, but he didn't. He lives 20 minutes away. Well, I should say he lives with me, but he was 20 minutes away at that point. And it was like, I'm not driving 20 minutes for a donut at 11 o'clock at night and you're not going to sleep. That's crazy. So it was funny though. He calls me. He's like, Dad, forgot the donut. I know we did, but it was because we had chocolate pudding at the restaurant. So, whatever. It's crazy. Let me fix the goodbye scene real quick. Actually, what I should do with the goodbye scene, this is the welcome scene. What I should do with the goodbye scene is just duplicate this and then just change the video. Just change what the video is. That might be the easiest thing to do. Okay, check. Yes, you can hear me now. So we need to duplicate these here. This might be the easier way to do it. So we got this, and this you can't. I wish I could show you this on my screen, but I can't, which is kind of annoying. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm changing out this welcome right here with the goodbye here. But it's not set up correctly, so I need to go back and forth between the two and figure out all of the settings. So we go to welcome, and I'm just looking at the stuff in the different layers that you can see here, whether it's the little names down here, the social names that are at the bottom, or if you're on TikTok, the social names right there. And then the welcome screen there, we're going to change it to a goodbye for the end of the stream. We got Lumia, Mike, socials. We got Lumia, Mike, socials. Okay. And then goodbye and face cam. Okay. And then I need, yep. So those are correct. And then I need to add two different audio sources. So I need to add the, excuse me, Music Safari RC main. So add audio existing RC main. There, now you can hear the music, right? Perfect. And then I also need to add RC chat. What's right there? Boom. Okay, this one's done. Nope, that's not true. Just the audio's done. Now I got to fix it in... if you're watching on TikTok, I got to fix it for you. It looks like garbage right now. Which this might have been a good idea to actually... Let's see. 139 from the top, 302 from the bottom. 139, 302. So then we go here. $139 from the top. Boom. And then 302 from the bottom. Do I go all the way up with it? I can't remember. Nope. I go to like here. Okay, perfect. Cool. So we got the camera part done. Welcome is on the bottom. Oh, okay. 269 from the bottom, and it fits the whole thing. It should be right there. It should be 250. So we're going to go back to welcome. Grab welcome and do... change it. There we go. Now you can see my full name. If you're on TikTok, you can see the full social media names now. That looks good. Lock everything. Face cam lock. Welcome. Goodbye. They look the same. They feel the same. Production. Yay. Okay, we're back. All right. This is another one that I'd like to do. This is Coffee with Zach Lee. And this is where I'd like to set up podcast, if possible, with guests. So this leaves room for guests, which that leaves room for guests. It's a whole lot of fun. I like that. I'm feeling real tired, Miss Duck. What time is it for you? You are, hold on. Did you say it was 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. earlier for you? Or 5 a.m.? You might have said 5 a.m. I forget. I'm a professional yawner. Professional. I might shut down the stream though, just because I am getting super tired. I am ready to go to bed. Hope everyone's had a great night. We're gonna keep working on the stream, working on different parts of the live stream that just crush it out of the park, that make it an experience and something that people want to come be a part of. Coffee with Zach Lee is one of those things I want to do, as well as the question of the day. Let's do our question of the day just because it's working. It's time for your question of the day. It's time for the question of the day. This is a music-based question. Hope you guys are all ready for this one. We're going to make it an easy one tonight. The question is, fill in this blank. Linkin Park said, I've tried so hard and I got so blank, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Miss Duck, do you know those lyrics? I tried so hard and got so blank, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard and got so, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Question of the day. We need a new song. Oh, I like this one. I got another one.
I like to sing, dance, pretend, and I like to have fun. Let's go over here. Just you, just me. Come on. I just wanted to say,
Can we do more kazoo?
you're my special friend.
What's happening? Tried so hard and got so far. The answer's far. But in the end, doesn't even matter. All right, folks. It's been a great night. Have a great night, everyone. We'll be back hopefully tomorrow. I would love to live stream again tomorrow night about 11 o'clock Eastern Standard. So if you're in the West Coast, I think it's 8. Is that 8 p.m.? I think so. I don't know. Is it 7 now? Is it 4 hours now? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Anyway, have a great night, everyone. Peace out. My name is Zach Lee. Making some music. Hopefully we make some music. Start making some music on the lives. Real excited to make some music in these live streams and really kick up some of the things going on. So, peace out. Have a good night. Hey, look at this. We can use the goodbye. We can use this goodbye one now. I'm going to try something real quick. So if I go to this, it just fades into it. Hold on. Fades into it. Whoa, cool. That works out. Have a good night, everybody. Peace. Peace out, everybody.